Did you know this about Jack the Ripper? In 1888, the streets of Whitechapel, London, were filled with life during the day but covered in mystery at night. The fog rolled in, and shadows stretched across the alleyways. People went about their lives, never expecting that something, or someone, was watching. Then, one by one, people started disappearing. Each morning, whispers spread through the city. Someone had gone to sleep and never woken up. Fear crept into the hearts of the people. The newspapers gave this unknown figure a name, Jack the Ripper. No one knew who he was, where he came from, or what he wanted. But one thing was clear. He left behind no clues, only fear. As the nights passed, the people of London wondered, who was this shadowy figure? And what would he do next? Whitechapel was a busy, crowded part of London. The streets were filled with people searching for work, small markets selling food, and dimly lit inns where travelers rested. But once the sun went down, the atmosphere changed. The streets became quiet. Shadows stretched across the cobblestones, and the few gas lamps flickered in the cold wind. People hurried home, afraid of what might be lurking in the darkness. Every few days, someone else went to sleep forever, always found in the early hours of the morning. The people spoke of a figure dressed in dark clothing, always moving unseen through the mist. Some believed it was a ghost, others thought it was a mad doctor. The London police searched day and night, trying to find even the smallest clue. But Jack the Ripper was like a phantom, always present, yet never seen. One day, the police received a letter, written in red ink. The writer claimed to be Jack the Ripper himself. "Dear boss," the letter began, "I am still out here. You will never catch me." At the bottom, it was signed Jack the Ripper. With it came a strange mark, a small red handprint. Soon, more letters arrived, each one more mysterious than the last. Some people believed the letters were real, a direct message from the shadow that haunted London. Others thought they were fake, written by someone who wanted attention. Regardless of the truth, the letters terrified the city. If Jack the Ripper could send messages so boldly, it meant only one thing: he was still watching. The police searched harder than ever. They knocked on doors, questioned anyone who might know something, and searched every alley. But Jack the Ripper was always one step ahead. Some people claimed they saw a tall man in a dark coat, walking quickly through the mist. Others whispered about a doctor carrying a mysterious bag. But each time the police followed a lead, it led to nothing. For the first time, the police tried using new scientific methods, handwriting analysis, witness sketches, and even early forms of fingerprinting. But still, Jack the Ripper remained invisible. As days turned to weeks, the city began to wonder, would he ever be caught? Or was he destined to remain a ghost in the night? The fear in Whitechapel was unlike anything the city had ever seen. Shops closed early, people stopped going outside at night, and everyone locked their doors. Even police officers, strong and fearless men, walked the streets with their hands on their batons, watching every shadow. The newspapers spread wild stories. Some said Jack the Ripper was a magician who could disappear into thin air. Others believed he was a rich man with a terrible secret. But no matter how many theories people shared, the truth was simple. No one knew who he was. Then, suddenly, something unexpected happened. The city grew silent. Weeks passed, then months. And Jack the Ripper was never seen again. Even though Jack the Ripper had disappeared, the mystery was far from over. The police and the public turned their attention to finding out who he really was. Some believed he was a doctor, someone with knowledge of the human body. Others thought he was a sailor, leaving London on a ship every time he struck. Some even whispered that he might have been a member of the royal family, hiding in plain sight. The police investigated hundreds of men, but no one could be proven guilty. Some names became famous, but no evidence was ever strong enough. As the years passed, the mystery only grew deeper. The truth had vanished into the fog, just like Jack himself. More than 130 years later, people still talk about Jack the Ripper. His name has become a legend, whispered in the dark corners of history. Historians continue to search old letters, police reports, and witness accounts, hoping to find the missing clue. Movies, books, and documentaries tell his story again and again, each one offering a different theory. But perhaps the most chilling part of the story is this: Jack the Ripper was real. He was not just a story or a ghost, he walked the streets of London, unseen and unknown. And somewhere, buried deep in history, the truth is still waiting to be found. The streets of Whitechapel have changed, but the memory of Jack the Ripper still lingers. Even today, people walk through the old alleyways, trying to imagine the foggy nights of 1888. Some believe that one day, a missing diary, letter, or clue will finally reveal his identity. Others say the mystery should remain unsolved, a legend frozen in time. But no matter what, one thing is certain. Jack the Ripper will never be forgotten. His name has become more than just history. It is a mystery that refuses to fade. And so, his story lives on, hidden in the shadows. Subscribe for the next mystery.